Hi everyone, welcome back to Acended Masters 101. This is where we talk all about the teachings of the Acended Masters. And in this video, we are interviewing students of the Acended Masters, friends of mine who have been walking this path for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 plus years. There's a lot of seniority and insight and knowledge that is gathered here together in this video for all of us to benefit from and learn from and to enjoy. And so what we are asking these Ascended Master students is, what is your favorite Ascended Master and why? And I think the reason I wanted to ask this question of them is because who you develop a friendship with, who you build that relationship with in the heaven world is such a boon to your spiritual path, because the Ascended Masters really extend themselves to us, and the Ascended Master that you place yourself in front of as a student, as a hopeful Chela is what we call it, a disciple, someone who is really learning from that Ascended Master and working to take on more and more of their being, of their consciousness. And there's a whole science, actually, it's called the Guru-Chela relationship, and there's so much to be said about it. It's really incredible. It's not just a friendship, it's a special Guru Chela discipleship where engrams of light are passed, and there are steps and initiations, and there's all these things. And it's a whole nother topic. Like I said, I won't get into it, but I bring it up because who your favorite Ascended Master is and who you place yourself in front of, like I said, is a really big deal in your spiritual path. And so learning from other students of the Ascended Masters who their favorite master is and who they have learned so much from and who they love, I think is a point of encouragement and support and maybe some insight and inspiration for those of us who are also following this path and learning from one another. And so I really enjoyed this video. I do all of them, but I also learned a lot from this one, and I hope you will too. So who is your favorite Ascended Master is the question for this video.
El Morya is my favorite Ascended Master because he tells it like it is. El Morya is very powerful, a Blu-ray master, which means power and the will of God, and he will not hesitate to show you where you need to correct or move on. And I knew for myself that I needed that. I wanted that plumb line of truth that would guide me home. And he has done that and will do that. And his devotion to the will of God has always been an inspiration to me.
I can find something wonderful about any Ascended Master, but the one that's really been on my mind and heart the most lately, because of a book that I've been reading, is beloved Lord Maitreya, who was the guru of beloved Jesus.
I really appreciate Saint Germain. I think he helped me get going on the path initially and helped me to realize the reality of the divine science within the spiritual path.
Mother Mary. I believe she brought me into the teachings, and I feel as if she's always there with me.
Saint Germain. Why? Because as I've learned throughout the years of the many sacrifices and the tremendous opposition in many of his lives that he's had to bring these messages, the message of freedom, to all of us, it is truly humbling and an honor to be able to know him in my outer consciousness and be able to read stories about him.
My favorite master is actually Lanello. And it started because I had two dreams with Lanello in it before I went to SU. And then when I walked into SU, there was a painting on the wall and I recognized it right away. So I really love that. But also now I teach courses for Summit University online. And one of my favorite is about death and dying. And I had a greenhouse. I was working in the greenhouse where we had Lanello playing all the time, his lectures and his stories. And out of nowhere, at one point in his booming voice, he said, "We have so many wonderful teachings about death and dying. someday someone will create a course about it.
My Acended Master is Mother Mary. I feel very close to her heart, and she's the one I talk to when I need some guidance.
Padre Pio. I didn't even know about him until he came to my baptism in the heart one year. I think my baptism was in 1988 or 1989, something like that. And Padre Pio came to that, and it was the first time that he had appeared to the messenger. And I've read several of his books, and I love Padre Pio.
At this time in my life, I would say it would be Lord Maitreya. I feel his love and his kindness and his compassion and the intense nudging that he gives us, gives me on the spiritual path. And it's just what I need at this time in my life, having been on the path for over 40 years. I think there's no one better to have in my life right now than Lord Maitreya.
El Moria is my favorite, and I don't know why.
I think my favorite Ascended Master is Beloved Lanello, because I knew him as Mark Prophet, and I just feel like he's just my best friend, and he's always with me.
All my life, I have focused on caring for children, healing children. It was just in me from the very beginning. And then I learned more about Mother Mary and her focus on the children and the healing of the children. And so she is my favorite Ascended Master. I feel like I've known her forever. She pursued me even when I didn't find the teachings, and I was in Mexico, and I went to the Basilica in Mexico City. I was drawn to her there. And when I lived in Denver in graduate school, I remember feeling prompted to go into a little store, and there was this beautiful picture of Mother Mary with her Sacred Heart. And I felt that I was supposed to have that picture. So she's pursued me, I feel, and I've pursued her, and she is my favorite master.
It's Saint Germain. There's no why. It is his.
Well, that has to be Gautama Buddha, because everything that he did, he did on his own. He required tremendous focus, tremendous discipline. He had to give up so much in order to do what he did.